How's your day going?
No complaints. No complaints. Got a nice swim in this morning. That always puts me on the right side.
Oh, that actually sounds lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
How about yourself?
It's going good. It's Thursday, guys.
Yeah, Friday Junior.
Oh yeah, Friday Eve. How you doing, James?
Good.
Awesome. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the World of Mechs AMA. This won't be like a super long AMA, but we know you guys have lots of questions, and we want to come in, make sure we answer them for you guys, and we'll have some questions for you guys as well. But if you do have any questions during, right above is the AMA questions text channel, so you guys can feel free, put your questions in there, and we'll try to get to as many as possible. Anything that's left over, we will do our best to answer that in the channel and get you guys the answers. Now, just for some quick introductions, my name is Nova, also known as Ash. I am one of the community managers for Studio 369, and joining me is James and DeAngelo.
Good to be here.
Yeah. Howdy, everyone.
If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Oh, I kind of thought you were considering that the introduction.
I mean-
Yeah, I'm James. I do design for 369, the Mechs.
Yeah, and D'Lo or DeAngelo, and I'm a back-end programmer engine type work for World of Mechs.
Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and dive into some questions real quick.
Let's do it.
I know Blue Bottles is asking, in reference to the friend list, do you know when Meta will update their SDK, given Quest 2 update 46 is rolled out? I know it's been one of the biggest issues is Meta's 46 update. If you guys have anything on that.
That's
So
D'Lo, yeah.
yeah, so I'm assuming you just mean in reference to like the issues that have cropped up since that update. That's what I'm gonna go with. And I don't actually know. We actually, our producer, as of yesterday, reached out to Meta directly, to our contact with Meta directly. So hopefully we can get a response from them soon. I don't, they aren't the most timely in the past, but we're hoping to get a response from them soon and address those recent issues that have cropped up from that. And I'm assuming, yeah, okay. So I see Kameli also referenced that about the crashes, yeah. So, and also as a little bit of hope, I did come up with literally this morning after my swim. I came up with a little theory about the about the crashes recently, and like just thinking about the changes that Meta made. And so I'm gonna put that theory to the test, and fingers crossed, maybe it will address some things. We'll see. That'll be for next week. We'll be putting that to the test. So yeah, my fingers are crossed. Keep thoughts positive for me.
Yeah, I really hope it does what you got, rolling around. I hope it does help. I know that's been a really, really big issue, and it only came across mostly when that update came up. So hopefully we'll have an answer from Meta as well soon. And as soon as we do, we'll definitely let you guys know what's happening. We're pretty good about being transparent with you guys on that. So fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah, and I can definitely imagine that it is quite the annoying issue. So my sympathy. I would definitely want to get it fixed for y'all.
Yes. Right when you're in the heat of battle and all of a sudden your game just dies. So Dread Knight has a couple questions, and Kameli, I know you had questions about the why is it still crashing, and like we said, we hope we have an answer here soon by the end of the week from Meta. So, and like I said, we'll let you guys know. But Dread Knight's asking, I would like to ask if you guys could give us different color sights on our weapons, red, green, yellow, blue, either free or as a paid item to use. Our cash on would help in some of the maps.
Yeah, so we are looking at like mech skins right now, and those are incoming for November. But part of that cosmetic system, eventually we do want to add like custom sites and stuff. So that's in the plans, no promise for when it would happen, but that's something that we're excited about too, yeah.
All right, next part of their question is, what about a nighttime map, moonlight only, and on the mechs or just the radar to find our targets would make for an interesting match?
Yeah, we have discussed that too. Also, not that one's I'd say even maybe less planned, but we've discussed it. We think it could look really cool with like the emissive lights coming off of the mechs at night. It could give some like visual variety. We haven't play tested it yet, but we've discussed that, and it sounds like yeah, you're kind of thinking it would look cool as well. So maybe it's something we need to give a go.
I think it would make for a very interesting match and definitely put some challenges in there too.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with like certain mechs have more lights on them, so they're maybe just kind of glaring out in the open. But
Let's
that
follow
would
that
be
one, the beacon of light.
yeah, exactly. So we'd have to do some testing, but that is not off the table. Yeah.
All right, and then last part of their question: what can we expect in the next patch? We'd love to hear some good news, not future news, about what's to come 5 months from now.
Yeah, so in the November patch, we are having skins and the new capture the flag game mode. That is the two big ones. So we want to make sure we can give those enough testing and work on that before promising other stuff within this patch. But there is a possibility of other little things making it into the November patch. But yeah, skins. Aiming for at least one new skin for each mech, and that will be like per mech specific chassis. So like the Anubis will have a new skin to unlock. That's our goal. They'll be purchasable, and then with your currency, your in-game currency, and capture the flag is to be announced more details, but pretty classic game mode. So probably not in for much surprises there, but we're excited to get a new mode into the rotation for sure.
Capture flags is always fun in different games. I always enjoyed it. I think it's
Yeah.
better than domination, personally.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I'm
That's a
excited
tough
to get it
choice.
out
I
there.
know. Well, it's an actual physical objective you have to go get and bring back. You
Ash,
know.
you're looking at like the the rings on the ground. You're like, what is this? This is
Yeah. Oh,
unreal.
shiny. All right. So next question is from Blue Bottles. How was the reaction to the discounted price? I noticed twice World of Mechs thumbnail was top spot in subcategories.
Yeah, you can answer that if you want.
It did really well. We've noticed a lot of new people coming into the Discord, new reviews coming in, a lot of positive feedback by that. So it did very, very well, I will say. So sale was success. There's a couple new features on the back end as well with things we can do. And we'll definitely keep you guys updated on the next sale as well.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
lot of fun.
yeah, it was good times. So next one is from Mark. When will the servers be able to accommodate multiple custom matches without crashing? Is there any way to invite players to join a custom match once launched?
Yeah, so I wasn't aware of this. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by the accommodating multiple custom matches without crashing. I'm not sure if that's just relating to the meta patch. Yeah,
Something tells me it is,
yeah,
but
because that we definitely have noticed a custom match or custom server, whatever you want to call it, should be able to support queuing up for the next game just like a quick match would. So that's odd, but so that was the first one, and then the second one was inviting. Yeah, invites is something that I have looked into and put some thought into how we would best go about that, and it's something that I plan to bring up in our discussions actually today. Oddly enough, so we'll have to let you know. No promises on when it would come, but I know that would just make custom matches so much more friendly in terms of like making it more like private and being able to play with friends. So I know that, and that's the whole goal of it. So definitely a priority. We'll let you guys know.
all right, awesome. And then Mark, they had a second question. I know we answered the first part. What will be in the next update? The second part of that one is when will the custom keybinds be available?
That one has kind of taken a little bit of a backseat for the bigger ones like skins and the new mode right now. So don't know exactly when I could promise that, but it's definitely on our list. And how we're going about things is kind of waterfalled at the moment, where we're just trying to focus on the next big thing that we know will be a big win for the community. Um, you could consider custom keybinds up there, and it's not important, but we just wanted to focus on these for now. I don't know exactly when we'll get that. It is still on the list, but yeah, I don't know exactly
Yeah,
what to promise you.
it's
But
not ignored. We
yeah, definitely
promise.
not ignored. That's on the list. Yeah.
I saw it. It's there. I promise.
Yeah,
guys.
there's a literal list. And it's literally on there.
And then the last question Mark had, is it possible to have a rematch option for regular multiplayer matches?
Yeah, so I mean, we're a small studio. This is a newer game, but something like Rocket League is kind of the gold standard of something like that. That's not promising Rocket League level status for for their back end and all the features that they have, but we're definitely inspired by stuff like that. I think it's really fun to like get into a match with some good opponents and be like, "Ooh, I want to do the same team makeup and just try it again because that was a good time." So that would be planned, if anything, for sometime next year. Can't say exactly when. We haven't marked it, but that is something we're excited about. Something like that.
And I feel like in the meantime, hopefully as we make more progress on the custom matches, the custom matches should be able to accommodate that kind of game flow, I guess.
So they don't get kicked out of it and then have to restart it and
Right.
so on and so forth.
Mhm.
100%.
And for those who haven't, I don't know if it's maybe like a question mark, but you can set it to loop the playlist. So make sure you're checking that if you want the server to keep going as long as you're in it within the custom servers.
Awesome. All right. So next question is from Mark as well. Is there any way to have an area effect damage from a mech explosion? So I'm assuming, let's see, it could be fun if a group of mechs were together, and if you blew up one of the mechs, the others, if weak enough, might also die in the explosion. So is it possible?
Yeah, we'd consider that. That is definitely possible. One design thing that we kind of one design reason we steered away from that is just with how small the teams are. I think it'd be a little bit kind of like kick you when you're down. Like if you just lost a teammate, I think it's a little more fun to keep the guys on the other team, give them a fighting chance, because 2v1s are a big part of the strategies, and if you can weaken somebody by focusing your fire on one person, I just think that might be a little too much for the 4v4 personally. So that's kind of one reason, but nothing's off the table.
Yeah, if we go up to, 6v6 or 8v8 even, that would definitely be kind of fun and
Yeah, like if it
completely
was more of
chaotic.
like a war thing where you had like a bunch of mechs versus a bunch, it'd feel better to like do a little bit of extra damage to those around it. But yeah, hopefully that
100
makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. All right, so next question is from Plobber. A question from another play I had that I also had was the potential for a weekly bug update in between content updates to allow the game to play smoother and not have people waiting for minor fixes for annoying bugs.
Yeah, we would like to get more frequent bug patches. Just with the makeup of the studio right now, we're doing what we can. So we appreciate your guys' patience. There are unfortunate bugs with like the meta backend right now causing some server crashes, but um, as the game's life cycle continues, who knows, we might be able to do more frequent updates for smaller things. Right now, we are kind of focusing on that once a month or once every 2 months patch and trying to get a little bit big of a feature in each of those. But bug fixes are important. We do want to keep the game running smooth, so appreciate the suggestion, and I'll see what we can do. Yeah.
Yep, just keep letting us know what's going on, guys. Inside the game, let us know all the bugs you guys are encountering. They are logged. So when we do these big updates at least once a month, we try to put as much in it as we can to fix. So next one is from Pilot V2. Can there be a way of friending a player inside World of Mechs? So I'm assuming inside like a multiplayer match.
Yeah, that's something we have goals for sure. Dilo, if you want to on that.
Yeah, I would say just like I was talking about with the invites, that kind of ties in with that as well. And also, I think the friending is it'll be a great feature for, like I think I've talked about this in the last AMA, but right now the custom matches are custom matches. We'd like to be able to make them private matches, or kind of also have that functionality. And friending is the the way to or the precursor to that. So yes, definitely something we are looking into and want to get into on.
Okay, awesome. There's a question from Dread Knight. This definitely seems like a bug. I'm not sure it's been logged. The stomp. How come it works when I'm flying high above the mech doing it?
Yes, that is technically kind of like a part of it that we didn't flesh out, and I agree with you, Dread Knight, for sure. I want to get that cleared up, and it shouldn't be too hard. Maybe I can go in and see if we can get that cleared for the November patch, because I agree. That's like a big part of stomps. Like if I can jump over it, you kind of feel like you deserve to clear it. So
Or
no,
take
I'm on your
very,
side
very
with that
minimal
one.
damage. So the next question is from Plobber. How often does the dev team play the game? All right, and yeah, we'll start with that first question.
Yeah, so as the game was being brought up to the 1.0, obviously a ton. We would have bi-weekly or like multi-weekly matches against the team. We would be testing it ourselves constantly, of course, since it's launched. And there's been like a lot of stuff on the studio's plate. We've maybe played a little less, but yeah, there's some rivalries within the studio for sure.
Yeah, watch out for Will. That one's dangerous.
Oh yeah,
Um,
he's a good gamer.
he's a monster. And then the second question that Plobber had: Are there plans for different variations of legs aside from the standard walker legs? Example: spider, quad, treads, or hover.
You know, for this iteration of World of Mechs, uh, I don't know if I say there will be, but you know, we want to keep the World of Mechs world going, and there's a lot of possibilities for other types of mechs in other games. We're still like kind of exploring that avenue, so nothing's really even gotten started. Or yeah, don't get your hopes up for any big announcements like that soon. But yeah, I think in the world there definitely could be. For this iteration, we'll probably stick with the bipeds. There is a lot of technical limitations too, with too many like skeletons moving around. Just like the more joints and bones it has to take care of on the server, the more expensive it is for like performance. So yeah, that's a big consideration with the Quest 2 at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately, Quest 2 does limit what we can do. Hopefully one day it won't.
Yep.
So next question from Plobber. Is there a way to have a stats leaderboard for the community? Semi-related to the previous, what are the plans for event matches or tournaments?
Yeah, so Dilo could speak on like the technicals behind the leaderboards, but that is something we want to work on, or we are working on, and we want to get in. I don't know if we'll be able to get it in for the November patch, but if not November, that probably would be on the next patch, so early 2023. That we know that's a big one. I think that'd be so fun to just go in and see how many kills you're getting versus other people, all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that's something that we have started working on for sure. And I think we are shooting for it for this year. And I'm not sure if you mean just like a public leaderboard for anything, but for sure being able to view your own stats is a start a first pass for that for sure.
Yeah, like a public leaderboard that everybody could view, and it shows like who's on the top for how many kills, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's in that's in the plans.
Okay, and then as for event matches or tournaments, I know there's a few things we still need to work on to be able to do actual tournaments. But our goal, for Josh and I, our goal is to just at least get some community nights with the custom matches. We are working to see how the best way to go about that for you guys, so everybody's able to watch and enjoy.
Hmm.
And then we can rotate people out and stuff like that. So, news for that will be coming soon. Like I said, we just got to make sure we plan this right so everybody can have fun.
Yeah, and like Dilo has touched on it in the past too, but a lot of the stuff we're doing is kind of like steps towards bigger things, and bigger things being like you know accounts and tournaments and stuff. So like custom servers is one of the pieces of the building blocks for that. So a lot of it has been kind of like I don't know if you've seen that they'll like the minimum viable product little diagram of like you don't want to build a wheel and then another wheel and then a car to get places. This might be a weird analogy, but you build like a skateboard and then a bicycle. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but we're trying to give the community pieces of what we've worked on in ways that like are useful. So, the custom servers aren't perfect. They don't have like the private stuff, but that is possible now, and we're going to be working on it because of the work we've done for that. So, trying to just like plan these updates in a way where we're piecemealing it all together.
Awesome. All right. Next question is from Pilot V2. Kameli, I'll come back to your question in just a moment. Are rockets area damage, like damage? I'm guessing area effect damage, like damaging multiple mechs if close together.
Is that the question?
Yes.
Are rockets area damage? Oh, are they? Yes. So yeah, projectile weapons do have splash damage, area of effect, however you want to call it. Lasers do not. So anything that explodes, and even the cannons do have a little bit of them, and then rockets have a little bit bigger. So like that's mostly for like hitting the ground or hitting a wall nearby. It's not quite big enough where you'd hit one mech and then damage another, but that is possible if they're close enough.
Okay, awesome. Next question's from Riesel. Sorry if this has been asked. Due to differences in new players versus experienced players, any plans to balance the game via rankings or something of the sort? So like ranked modes, casual mode, things like that.
Yeah, we've discussed a ranked mode, and I think that's something that we could shoot for eventually, with like leaderboards and stuff like that, and building like an account system. But that is further down the road for sure. That'd be a bigger one. We tried to design the game in a way such that like new players definitely have a chance against fully kitted out mechs. The upgrades themselves aren't major, so that was intentional. We want to make sure people jumping in have a decent fighting chance. Like the starting mech, the Claymore is a pretty good mech. Um, Something with that though is just like the now we've added 2 components per slot, so that's something to consider. That actually does kind of tie in with something I wanted to ask you guys, which is we are considering sort of maybe clamping like the currency and bringing the XP down because we didn't really future proof this game, to be honest. That's my fault. So one thing we want to make sure is that we can set up reasonable and like natural kind of progression of the community's max levels and their currency. So I'm curious like how much cash you guys have. I'm sure like some of
And
the
they're probably
OG
rolling in it.
guys. Yeah, like and then maybe a prestige system to give you guys something more to buy. But would clamping things down suck? Would you guys understand why that might be helpful for like making the game's kind of ecosystem a little more manageable in the future? Let me know in the AMA chat. I'm very curious what you guys think.
Yes, definitely let us know, guys, because you guys are the most important. And when it comes to World of Mechs, so your input is greatly appreciated.
For sure.
All right. So I hope that answers your question, Result. Next question is from Kameli. I want to build my own mech with skills and other functions and stuff, so every player can test themselves and create more.
Yeah, so we've touched on this in the past in other AMAs. A big part of this is the technical limitations of the Quest 2. We are doing something called consolidating draw calls with Atlas materials and textures so that we can reduce the number of something called draw calls, which is an expensive part of rendering a frame. And if we have too many mixed matched things, like if you put this type of weapon on this mech and then this other weapon and like all these different individual components together, they're all separately rendered. And one thing with the way we've done the mechs is that they all can be rendered as one thing. So one mech has one material that's being applied to all of his weapons, his whole body. So for this iteration of World of Mechs, we haven't gone with any with anything too crazy customization wise. We did add that second slot for the components to hopefully give people some more room for experimentation and kind of some creativity. And we do want to add more components, like more options within that system, but that is kind of where we are focusing the customization needs, as well as the cosmetics that we're adding with the skins and other stuff planned. So hopefully that makes sense. Definitely appreciate that desire to like build your own mech, but um, yeah, technical limitations and certain things have led to where we are now. So yeah.
All right, awesome. I hope that answers your question. Next question is from Pilot V2. A possible waiting room to discuss with people in game where they could discuss setting up private games or whatever. I know we kind of touched base on this at one point.
Yeah, I can answer. So that is kind of like that. I did basically say the same thing in the last one, but regardless, that's kind of like that next logical step for private or custom servers, custom matches, is being able to have that lobby. And if we have a lobby for custom matches, why not bring it to the quick matches as well? So, or lobby, waiting room, whatever. So that is on the horizon. I don't think that that's something that we will be working on for 2022, but definitely something for 2023 for sure, because it also is necessary for the tournament type matches that we were also talking about, and definitely want to get to.
All right, awesome. I hope that answers your question. Next one is from Rezel. Any plans to add in multiple respawn points to avoid camping?
Yeah, so we have messed around with different systems for that. There was at one point like a bunch of different optional respawn points. It does kind of like spread you out. Ideally, in the future, we can maybe set up some sort of system where it can tell like where the enemy is, and if an enemy is too close to where you are, spawn another place in the map or something. But with the size of our maps, that would be a little difficult too. We have the kind of starting invincibility. We want to make that a little bit more apparent and easier to understand for everybody. Like have a little bit of a flashing coat on the mechs to show you, yeah, they're invincible. Don't shoot at them. And that is very much mainly for giving people a chance to get into decent positioning, not get slaughtered right when they start. You have that like screen effect coming down every time you launch. So yeah, that is the main system we're using to deter camping. But if it's not enough, yeah, sound off and let us know.
All right, awesome. Next question is from Zibble Tips. Any information on a PC port?
Yeah, I can't. I couldn't speak to that. There's nothing in writing right now, and we yeah, I'm not the business dev guy, unfortunately.
Do we want to do it? Yes.
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
yes, we do want to
We
do
want to do
that.
everything.
Yes, we want to do as much as possible for World of Mechs. But there's not much to really say on it at the current moment. So hopefully we'll be able, maybe by the end of the year we can give an update, but no promises. All right. Next question is also from Pilot V2. For respawning camping, possible dropping in from above and can move around as you are dropping.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah, remember the game that does that? Yeah, something almost like the beginning of Fortnite or something. Um, yeah, that
I
could be
think
interesting.
Josh said Titanfall did that.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, we could explore that.
And this is just a comment from Zipple Tips. I guess Meta's lag cancels the invincibility.
Well, geez,
Well,
that'd be a bad bug. So we'll explore that.
interesting. All right. So let's see. What's the next one? Next one is from Rezel. Although rounds are relatively short, any plans to hide special items in the arenas that may give the losing team an edge if they're getting badly wrecked?
Oh yeah, like little power ups or something like that. Something like that could be fun to be added for like custom servers or like a different type of game mode. Kind of like I can see that being really fun for like a group of friends, like kind of party mode. But in the regular lobbies, I would maybe, I don't know, adding more types of pickups. Yeah, that could be fun.
Just to give the losing team like at least a leg up to possibly turn it around.
Kind of like the good old bullet bill in Mario Kart when you
Yes,
lose
yes.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I see them, Dread Knight and Kameli, talking about the points. So I think you mean like the actual number next to your thing.
Yeah, instead of just the plain bar, it's the either like a percentage or numbers
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah, we could consider something like that. I do see that. I do see the value in that. Maybe within the end of it, like you just see the number. I'll look into that.
That way you know how much you're losing per like shot, you say. Like let's say your shield is like 100% and you get hit with a shot and it drops to 50%.
Yeah, you'll know. Yeah, a little more info.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So next question's from Plobber. What are the plans to balance the Juggernaut?
What
Juggernaut's
are
OP,
plans to
man.
balance the Juggernaut? Um, you know, we might do some touches here and there. Um, I'm curious how many people think we should balance the Juggernaut and how many people are playing them. One big thing we want to avoid all matches being one mech, of course. That's not fun. That doesn't promote team play, but if it's like a popular mech, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That doesn't mean it's overpowered. So I'm curious if you guys have other thoughts or other people. Plobber, if you have like specific reasons for your request to balance the Juggernaut,
Yes.
or if you want to
Definitely
bring
let
him
us know.
up, if that's what you're saying.
Whichever way. Just let
Yeah.
us know so we can look into it. And then the next part of Plobber's question is, can there be a I think resort or reward for passing a certain very high amounts of XP, maybe special prestige cosmetics or different tags in the Discord? Tags in the Discord is something we can definitely do. Discord,
Yeah.
I don't have limitations too much with Discord, so
Well, it would have to be like triggered by the game, but yeah.
yeah.
Um,
I don't
yeah,
know if Quest 2 does that though.
I don't know if they do that, but definitely like I want to do we do want to do prestiges. That's definitely planned. Cosmetics would be a cool idea. Giving you a special skin, something maybe in the interim before that, because that would be a little bit of work. Would be to give you kind of like a little tag on your name on the scoreboard when you're in game and at the end of the match, so to show off your like prestige level that way. But yeah, that's another. Thank you for telling us your cash amount. That's definitely a thing we want to kind of control, because right now it's not controlled, it's not future proof, but we want to make the XP and currency more better designed, I guess is no way to describe it. So yeah,
All right.
something like that.
So, yeah, something like that. So, Plobber has one more question. Are there plans to balance fix the VIP game mode? After VIP dies, it randomizes who becomes the new VIP, often making it someone who is in combat, basically giving away points out of the player's control.
Cool. They continue. A thought on that would be adding a timer before the new VIP also extends the match. I think we do that. I thought we did do that. Isn't there a little bit of a time giving a heads up to the next? Yeah, yeah. It might if there is like a couple seconds right now, maybe it's not enough. Maybe we do need to. I do like that idea, giving the person a heads up, like you are about to be VIP, get to cover kind of thing.
Run away.
Especially, yeah, right. Especially with the map setup, which they're pretty open. There's a lot of lanes, so a lot of lines of sight.
Yeah, I think a timer would probably be the easiest fix for that.
Yeah, I think there is a very short one, so yeah,
Might
appreciate
need
the
to
feedback.
extend it maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Mhm.
Like even like a 5-second countdown.
Yeah, something like that could help a lot. I'll see the what we have it at currently, and yeah, player messaging. That's the golden. So more of that is always good.
100%. All right. So, Zipple Tips is saying the speed jug is too fast. It can chase down a wasp. Oh,
Too fast. Hmm.
interesting.
Speed jug, like maxed out speed and stuff.
That's definitely good to note. Let's note that.
Yeah, for real.
If it can chase down a wasp, the thing is way too fast. All right, so let's move on to the next question from Rezel. Any plans for visual upgrades when mech upgrades are purchased? Example, upgrading a shield will put a shield on your back. Upgrading speed will add boosters to your legs.
Yeah, so that's kind of ties into the draw call stuff I was talking about earlier, and just like team limitations as far as like art and stuff. So if that happened every time, it's possible, but there's just so many there's so many combinations. That's when, like, a more standard mix and match, like mech component kind of like mix and matching the chassis and the weapons manually kind of would come into play. So that kind of suffers from the same problems, unfortunately. As as fun as it would be, I
It would look
definitely
really
appreciate
cool.
that. Yeah.
It would look really cool. Plobber said Juggernaut with speed can outrun any mech without a speed upgrade. Also able to one-shot with its shotgun and stomps. Now I understand the balancing.
Wow. Okay.
Good to know.
Duly noted.
Yes. Let's see.
Looks like Camelli up there asked, "Why is it not possible to play deathmatch? Deathmatch in Molten. So a couple of the maps are just too big, and they really weren't fun internally for deathmatch because you would die and then you'd have to like walk 4 minutes. Whereas something like deathmatch or domination in Molten, there's spread out goals. Like you'll be able to find somebody at each of the points, and you can kind of get to the action, even if it's defending a point quicker. Um, so that's a big part of it. It seems like people want it, so I mean, we could put it out there, see how you guys feel about it. It
Yeah,
is
as like a
possible, yeah.
testing, let you guys tell us how you feel about it.
Yeah, it is possible in the custom servers. You can do any game mode and map combination. Um, but yeah, if you guys want that, we could put it in for the November patch. It's not really any work for us. We just don't know if it's fun. So maybe you guys can confirm that.
Yeah, just let us know. I mean, we can do it. So might as well. I mean, I know the community's asked a couple of times about that. So it's definitely not the first time.
Yeah, it has been brought up. So yeah,
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
we could do that for you guys.
You heard it here first, folks. So Plobber asks, could it be a healing rate based on percentage instead of base numbers to scale dependent on mech?
Could it be a healing rate based on percentage instead of base numbers to the scale? Oh, yeah, for the medic's healing ability. Or even maybe no, the power ups fully heal you. Yeah, I kind of like that. Um,
Yeah, that
but
ties in with
something
Kameli's question a little bit.
okay, but by healing is big mix. Okay, yeah. No, I appreciate those. I think something like that would help. I like that idea. Funny enough, we're doing something like that in some other games we're working on too. So yeah, I can see about that.
We'll note it.
Yeah,
Add it to the
note it,
list.
and I'll try it out because something like that wouldn't be too hard, but it could help a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So next question. So we got time just for like one or two more questions, guys. But next one's from Rezel.
hmm
Sorry if this has been asked. Haven't been here the whole AMA. Additional maps? Question mark.
Yeah. So new maps and mechs is something that we're super excited about. We're getting some of these other things down first, like trying to get skins for the current mechs and such. So that would be a 2023 thing. But it's something that we're excited about. It would be super fun to stomp around in a new mech and check out a new map. So that's definitely like a very big goal for us. In 2023 is to get some more out of that.
All right. Hope that answers your question. I know you guys are all excited for additional maps. But we're trying to just make sure we take the base game and make it as fun as possible for everybody first.
Exactly.
So Kameli asked deathmatch and Molten. Put up a wall, maybe 50% of the map, A or B side, something like that.
Yep. Yeah. We've explored stuff like that, cutting it off with more rocks and such. I'm curious what people think if we do add it in the current state. So So maybe something like that is the solution if you guys agree. But if everyone in the community is like, no, this is the best, then maybe you guys like the longer lines of sight. You like that kind of long, farther game. So I think we should put it in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do that. So let's put it in for November if you guys are into that. Maybe just like every map and every mode can be part of the quick match rotation. And we can see how it feels.
I think that would be best.
Yeah, I think that could be
Let
fun.
the community tell us.
Yeah, I'm warning you guys. It's it's a long walk in some of those maps when there's no one around.
All right. Awesome. So, next question is from Plobber. What mechs have had skins made for them?
Most of them we are wrapping that up this week actually, like the first kind of pass of them. Our awesome artist Parker is working on those. He's actually streamed it a couple times in here. If you ever see him, feel free to come and hang
Keeping it.
out.
Yep, definitely check out Parker when he's chilling in one of the voice chats. You get to see some cool stuff.
So yeah, for the November patch, our plan is to have at least one per mech. So that is the plan. There are more for some of them already, but yeah, right now, so yeah, this first patch of skins, they are kind of color swaps, but in the future we want to do more custom, like full different armor looking kind of materials. So right now they're kind of like tones changes, and it's similar to how like the V1 is close to the V2 of any mech. They're kind of just different colors, so it's going to be more options within that, but eventually we will add like completely new skins on top as well.
There's lots of skins to be made. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the questions. If your questions didn't get answered or if you had ideas, I'll make sure I note it for the team and send it over to them. But James, I know you had some questions for the community. James,
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
I was like, did you die on me? No.
Nope, my bad. Actually, that was the question earlier. That was the main one, just like the clamping and seeing what people have in their XP and cash. Um, See what we can get people to spend their money on and kind of what the best solution for that is. I think we will bring XP down to like a max. So if you're above that max, you would just hit the max. And this is something that allows us for future updates, like when there are new big things to unlock. It'll make it fun to kind of rank back up. So yeah, if you guys don't hate that idea, let me know.
Or if you do, like, just
Yeah,
let us know
that
either
too.
way. If you hate it, let us know. If you think it's cool, let us know.
Exactly.
We love the transparency from you guys. Some honest feedback is best way to go about it. And just from my end of things, before we wrap up, the report bug section is going to get a little bit of a revamp to make it easier for you guys, for us on the team to be able to track bugs and feedback as well. I will make sure once it's revamped, I'll make an announcement here in the Discord, but it's definitely going to work out a lot better. Discord has introduced a new feature called forums, and it's a very nice feature. It's very organized, very clean, very easy to keep track of, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate it as well. D'Lo, James, you guys got anything else?
Nothing from me.
Yeah, no, it was great talking to everybody. Appreciate the questions.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. This has been recorded. It'll be put up on YouTube by the end of the week. So for anybody who's missed it or want to listen back to it, you guys can feel free to do that. The link will be posted in announcements once we have it. Well, and I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday. It is Friday Eve, so enjoy, and catch you guys on the battlefield.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye,
Peace out.
everybody.